Good afternoon, dear students. My voice is audible to all of you at the last? I don't want to use mic, okay? Is it fine? Last? No? Okay, then I'll use mic. So, my topic is composite materials for 3D printing. As I am seeing majority of the students over here, so you are studying which year? Second year. So that means have you studied the material science subject or not? Yes. Studied or studied? Okay. So how many of you are knowing about composite materials? Other than the faculty members? Students I am talking. Have you heard this term? Where? In other than subject, any other applications or components point of view? Okay. So do you know like Airbus, Boeing 787, 777, A320? Like suppose if you compare the cost of ticket previously, like before 10 years, maybe 10-15 years, and now, the difference between cost is reduced or what? Flight ticket cost, any idea? Do you have? So previously the cost of like flight ticket is very high. Now it was affordable range. Okay? So the transformation is happened because of the application of this. That is use of composite materials in a particular application. So because of using these composite materials, the weight of the like you can say Airbus or aircraft was drastically reduced from around 20 to 30%. So 20 to 30% if you are reducing the weight with the same or similar performance, obviously we are reducing the fuel which is being consumed to travel for a particular distance. Yes? Okay. So as it is getting reduced, and also the number of users, the the persons who are traveling by using flight has nowadays increased a lot as compared to the previous years. So that is also causing the reduction in the price. Okay, so we'll see about it. And again I mentioned another word, that is 3D printing. So how many of you are knowing about 3D printing? And see, one more thing, it is not lecture means I am going to teach something and you are going to listen. It is not like that, it should be interactive. So what are the questions I am asking? If you are discussing, it is easy for me to interact much better way. Okay? So do you know 3D printing? Have you heard? Yes. So what it is exactly? Can anybody able to say? One can stand and say please. No. Three-dimensional object. General objects, most of them are in 3-dimensional only. Other than papers and all, they are in 2 dimensions. Yes? Printing you are knowing? What it is? Simple printing I am asking. I am asking simple print. Suppose you are taking some printouts. What it is? Like you are able to, or you are making some text on a document. Maybe text may be, the information may be in text or image in different format. But what you are doing? You are just with the help of printer, you are printing the required information on the piece of paper or cloth or sheet, whatever. Yes? So there, what are the process which is happening in getting the information on a paper? So same concept, or you can say similar concepts which we are using for building or developing a component. So that is called as 3D printing. you are knowing conventional manufacturing techniques. Suppose if I want to produce some component, what are the existing manufacturing techniques? Can you name some? What are those? Manufacturing techniques. Suppose if I want to make some piece of block. So what manufacturing technique I need to use? Simple block. Casting, yes, good. So other than casting, forging also. They are like secondary operations which we are performing on the material to get a required shape and dimension, like turning, facing, grinding. Okay. So generally we are having the conventional manufacturing methods, that is like casting. But the advantages which are associated with 3D printing is more than the conventional methods. But also it is having drawbacks. And again, why we need to see this 3D printing, I am just going to discuss in next couple of slides. So how many of you are knowing nowadays at many places people are using the word, like maybe you can call it as also a buzzword, like industry 4.0, 5.0, 4.0, 5.4. So how many of you have heard about it? Industry 5.0, 4.0? Anybody is knowing about it? Yes, anyone? Industry 5.0, 4.0. Have you heard this word or not? Most of the industries are adopting these technologies, or we can say these are the industrial revolutions. Like if you see, the first industrial revolution was happened in the year 1800, and then after that so after that 1900, 2000, 2010 and 2020. If you see, like the first industrial revolution to second industrial revolution was taken almost 100 years. Then second one also 100 years. Now within 10 years they are revolution. Like we are getting the revolutions within 10 years. And basically here 4 and 5 are similar, only what are the drawbacks which are there in 4.4 are fulfilled by using this industry 5.0. So mainly industry 4.0. For example, in olden days, suppose if I want to purchase any ration item, what is the way of doing it? Suppose if I want to purchase some ration item in olden days, what is the general process of doing it? Vegetables, suppose. We need to go to the market and we need to make the payment. Then we need to get the required materials or items. Yes, this is the conventional way of doing. But now, how we are doing? By using online like apps you are using. Even vegetables also you can purchase with the help of big basket and all. So this is called as transition. So if you are talking about, this is like day-to-day life. I am talking about day-to-day life. But if you see the industrial point of view, these are the transformations taking place in the industries for the betterment of the society or develop easiness in our living. Okay, benefit of the like social benefits. What are the developments which are happening, especially at the industrial level. So that is talking about these industrial revolutions. So if you see the first phase of revolution, it contains mechanization, water and steam. Like railway, train engines, generally they used to run with the help of steam power. And now later it was converted to electrical because of the development of this electrical power, mass production, assembly line in the second industrial revolution. Then third industrial revolution, yes, it is very easy to say that, like help of CNC machines. Like previously, suppose if I want to do what are the manufacturing like operations you have said, turning, milling. So generally by using which type of equipment we used to do, perform? What is the equipment? Lathe machine. Generally, we use the lathe machine to provide feed, speed, depth of cut, and the required inputs to get a required dimension by removing the material. That we need to do manually. Even we need to set with the help of jars like 3 center or 4 center, 4 jar. We need to use to make the specimen centered, and then we need to apply these different inputs to get a required output. But if you are performing all these operations with the help of computer, then that is called as CNC machines. Okay, so the third industrial evolution is mainly about this computer automated production and also some benefits of utilizing the concepts of electronics. And now if we talk about industry 4.0, so what are the different technologies which are there in industry 4.0? Like artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, data analysis, data mining, big data mining, biomechanics. All these are different areas where we are utilizing, and industries are producing a smart factories. Smart factories means, what is smartphone? What is smartphone? We can use that particular phone for different operations. Yes, like gaming purpose we can use, and also camera, and also we can use many number of apps in it, and also video calling and monitoring of many informations. So we can use many things. Okay, with very easiness we can able to do it. And nowadays there are automatic apps are also came, like they are running without our any inputs. Yes. So similarly, smart factories means in the factory what are the operations which are happening. So all the operations are performed by the machines itself, and they are interconnected with each other. Because whenever we are doing some manufacturing of any equipments and all, so what we used to do, first we need to perform one operation. After completing it, we need to perform another operation. Okay? So if any problem occurs in the first method, then we need to troubleshoot it, then we need to start for second operation. So if it is interconnected, what are the equipments which we are using online are without humans, okay? So they are capable of doing the operations, and then they control their operations, and also they are at the same time they are connected with each other. So this is called as smart factories. So here there is a requirement of like what are the topics I discussed. They are very important in those fields like artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics. So with the help of robots only we can able to perform many operations, and then the operations the informations can be transformed with the help of different learning algorithms. So in the industries, people are using these things, but the main output or interest of this industry 4.0 is automation. Okay, so automation means we are totally eliminating the manpower. So whether that is good or not. Why it is not good? Why it is not good? In what sense? Yes, it reduces the employment. Good point. Yes. And suppose if the machines are developed their intelligence, what happens? Already you have seen some movies. Robo and all. So some scientists are also, some people are also researchers, even researchers are also expressing their concerns in this direction as well. So if you develop very intelligent robots, then what about the humans? And what about the employment? So this industry 5.0, it talks about human-robot collaboration. So what are the operations which are going to perform? And what are the equipments which we have developed? Or what are the concepts which we have developed? With the help of human-robot collaboration only, we are developing the efficiency or ease of life, whatever it may be. Okay, what are the benefits which are providing to the industry or providing to the society? Okay, so that should be between the collaboration and robot. So that is main thing in the industry 5.0. So it is, if you see the industry 4.50 and 5.0, both are similar. There are similar technologies, only the way of so the way of expression or the way of information of the data collection or the responsiveness of the data or remedial actions which are going to take place and this human robot collaboration. So these are the main governing factors for the industry 5.0. And if you see, most of the governments like German government, they have given the budget of like 1 billion euro in 2022 for the industry 5.0 related technologies. And US government, they have passed some infrastructure bill. So it contains $1.2 trillion. It also contains industry 5.0 technologies. Even in European Union also announced some budget. There also it contains industry 5.0 technologies. And also like some, according to some of the firms, economic firms, okay, so this industry 5.0 technologies are going to support around 90% in majority of the industries in globally, and also that will contribute around $10 trillion for 2030. So that means, see, after completing the BTech or whatever it may be, like definitely most of the persons are going to work with the industry or maybe for the industries. So if you are working with them, or we need to support or we need to work with them, along with them, so we need to know and we should be adaptable to all these advancements which are happening in the field, needs to be known. So that's why in this today's topic related to our 3D printing and design thinking. So in today's lecture, I'm going to discuss why we need to study about this 3D printing and what are the different opportunities which are available with this 3D printing, and especially the participants, like most of them are faculty members. So maybe that will be useful for them for the identifying their research in the field of 3D printing and composite materials. Okay? Yeah. So if you see the next slide, see. So these are the different like technologies already we have seen. Sorry, here it is not seen. And the opportunities, if you see the opportunities like smart infrastructure, smart clothing, clean energy, intelligent transportation. Clean energy means, what is the meaning of clean energy? Like what are the processes which we are adopting or using? So it should not have the effect on environment. So that means cleanliness. For example, just simple example I want to say, like most of the industries, okay, they are going to do the machining. So when we are doing the machining process, we will use lubricant or not? Yes? So what is the purpose of the lubricant here? To reduce the friction between the specimen and tool, okay, and also to reduce the heat which is generated at the interface. Okay, it reduces the interface heat. And why we need to reduce the interface heat? Okay, we need to reduce the heat, but why we need to reduce it? What is the need? What is the requirement? Suppose if the heat increases continuously, what happens? At high temperatures, materials are going to getting degrade. So when they are getting degrade, so we need to change our tool materials continuously. So that is not acceptable, no? Because they need to spend so much of amount for the removal of the materials. Yes. So in order to maintain or enhance the tool life, and also because of the increase in temperature, especially the surface of the specimens or the mechanical properties of the surface and of the specimen are going to change because of the heat treatment. Because it is getting heated and then getting cooled. So that means it is a sort of heat treatment which is applying at the surface level. So that may change the grain structure. Again, that is going to result the different mechanical properties what we are interested in. So again, for these purposes, generally we used to use the liquid lubricant. But the drawbacks of using liquid lubricants, what are the drawbacks? Suppose if you are using liquid lubricants, what drawbacks we are going to get? Most of the liquid lubricants, they contains chemicals. Okay? So when it contains chemicals, and what they are doing, they are reacting at the interface, and at high temperature, they are getting interacted with the tool and specimen. Okay? Because of the chemicals and which are operated at high temperature, they are producing some hazardous gases. Okay? They are producing some hazardous or contamination in that. And if you are having a well-developed mechanism to collect this liquid lubricant and process it to make sure that what are the used lubricant which is going out of the company will not spoil any surroundings or ground or air pollution, that is the responsibility of the government, the company. So one problem is this contamination, hazardous gases, and again they are creating pollution to the environment, and also it is harmful for the persons or the labor they are working near to the particular systems. Especially in European countries or in abroad, most of the countries, they are reducing or having very strict government laws to reduce this lubricant issues. So for that, what people they are doing, now they are going for dry machining. You know dry machining? What it is? What is dry machining? Just it is a simple machining without help of liquid lubricant. But they are also using the lubricant, but that is not a liquid lubricant, it is a solid lubricant. So do you know any solid lubricants? What are those? Solid lubricant, not semi-solid lubricant. Grease is a semi-solid lubricant. Yes? Graphite, okay. Graphite powders, yes, good. And calcium fluoride, CaF2. So, and we can also use polymers. But the main problem with the polymers is they are going to degrade at high temperatures. Because in these cutting tool applications, so the polymers, if we use as a solid lubricant, they are not going to sustain at that particular high temperatures. So we can't use. Yes, we can use graphite. So what people they are developing, while developing the cutting tool materials, at the surface level, they are embedding some graphite or solid lubricants in it. So because of the presence of the solid lubricants, so lubrication is happening without help of liquid lubricants. So there, the problem of the handling of this lubricant, liquid lubricant has been taken care. So it is a sort of like development. So especially these industry 5.0, they are talking about these clean technologies. Okay? And then if you see the limitations, and digitization is happening, like I'm talking about AI and neural networks, or artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analysis. So most of the things are getting digitization. Okay? One second. Sorry. So because of the digitization, again there are problems with, like we are facing cyber security and how to secure the data. So there are the challenges in this industry 5.0. They are talking about information security and then human-machine collaborations. Like we are talking human-robot collaborations. But what is the role? How we need to divide the roles? How we need to, at what places we need to collaborate? So many things need to be explored. And then high skilled workers are also important because nowadays, as I said in the previous slide, you have seen how much fast the industries are getting revolutionized. So at the same time, we also need to have a skilled workers. So that is also one problem which is associated. Okay, so these are the different areas, and then if you see the research, okay, research opportunities in this industry 5.0, it is talking about like hyper intelligent networking, blockchain, ultimate security, and then quantum computing, and some of the areas, industrial blockchain, drones, exoskeletons, additive technology, 5G and beyond, then mixed reality. Nowadays, if you are seeing, with the help of drones, people are developing many applications. Yes? Yes or no? So now in future also, even in military also, people are want to develop their unmanned warriors. Like they are having one department, unmanned warriors. Like without humans, so they want to explore getting the information. So in those like sections, these drones are playing very important role. Okay, so drone technology is also one of the important area. And then you can see exoskeletons, like transformation of the materials, or we can handling the materials nowadays with the help of robots. And then additive technology. Additive technology, I am talking about this additive manufacturing. So additive manufacturing is nothing but ever 3D printing. So that's why we need to know about the technologies, especially which are related to us. Like this 5G is again, whether it is related to us, because what we are as mechanical students, we don't know much information about it. So it is very difficult to understand. But if you see the other concepts like robotics, drones, and then additive manufacturing, even up to some extent mixed reality. So these places, like mechanical engineers, are also play a very important role. Like in the case of drone technology. So how the mechanical engineer is going to helpful there? It contains many mechanical components. So designing of all those mechanical components, material selection, production. So if you are making the drone with the tungsten material or steel, is it preferable or not? Is it preferable to prepare the drone with steel? Yes or no? Yes? Is it preferable to make the drone with steel? Yes or no? Why? Here, drone means it has to fly. Okay? So, for flying especially, we need to take care of the weight. So, if you prepare the drones with steel materials and all, it is not preferable because it consumes a lot of energy for lifting the total its component. So, in all these places, like especially mechanical engineer plays very important role. So, this additive technology is also helping in different areas, like you can see these are the different components which are printed with the help of additive manufacturing. So here in this slide you can observe the range of type of materials from household application to naval application and aerospace application. You can see in the last. So they are manufacturing the wings in naval convex hull shape of the ship. They are manufacturing with the help of 3D printers. And then household applications like jewelry. Okay, and also they are using these 3D printings. And especially in biomedical applications, it is being used for development of organs with the help of 3D printing. And also it helps in reverse engineering. What is reverse engineering? What is reverse engineering?